Welcome back to my channel. This is Jacqueline Edwards, and as always, I am delighted you're here. So let's jump right in today. I just want to continue that conversation. And first, I want to share with you that these stories or these contents I'm sharing are actually my life journey. And sitting here every morning, I wake up, and the peace I feel, the joy I feel, is all these things that I have learned over the course of my life that I'm actually sharing with you. So, take time, watch it, absorb it, and see if you can grab something, if you can glean from something I have shared. So, I hope it's a blessing to you. So, we were talking now about the blessing of the Lord and the blessing. Oh, when he talks about, I bless you to be fruitful, and how that magnified in my mind because I had a childlike fascination with mangoes and fruits and trees, and how this just really it really helped me to understand the Bible when the Lord said, I bless you to be fruitful. So I did share about, the mangoes and how it helped me to understand about just the nature of the mango, the different types of mangoes in Jamaica. And I kind of made the connection to say how different we are, right? We're all human beings. We're all, have a lot of similarity, but there is so many differences that make us so special and so unique. And so I really, just um challenge you to write down your characteristics, write down your values, write down the things that you have found out about yourself over the course of your life, and embrace it, embody it, and become it, and not be shy to say this is who I am. So those are the very exciting part about us. But now I want to talk about the trauma, right? I want to talk about the effects of trauma because in my previous videos I talked about the mangoes again, and I shared how in Jamaica we actually have the worms, what we call maggots, in the mango. And in certain situations, when the maggots gets in the little mango, we have to cut it off so we can enjoy the rest of the fruit. And it's the same thing that has happened to us. Now, I've mentioned it in my previous videos, but now I'm going to touch on it because trauma has a way of changing our identity. It has a way of just really adjusting and really affecting us in such a way that if it's not dealt with, yes, we have these wonderful characteristics about us. Yes, we have these great values, but the trauma now make our fruit and who we are not palatable. It doesn't make it causes us to have issues. It causes us to respond in certain ways. It causes us to have coping mechanism. But what I love about Jesus, ah what I love about Jesus is the path, the provision that he has made. He said, wherever you're broken, in that place, I will come and I will help you, right? So when I think about that and we think about the kingdom of God, the kingdom of God is like the excellence par excellence. It's the top of the top. It's the highest. It's the sweetest. When the mango or the banana or the pineapple reach to that state where you're like, oh, this is good. This is really, really, really good. Now, that's what's the excellence. That is considered the kingdom of God. So basically, if we're not experiencing that kind of goody in our life, then something is wrong. That's where we need to pay more attention. And this is where it is so important for us to pay attention to our lives, see the places that we're not experiencing joy and peace, because the Lord said, I've come for you to have life and have it more abundantly, lavish, peaceful, joyful. That doesn't mean that every day, we're going to be overwhelmed with joy, but it means that we've come to a place of understanding of who we are. We come to a place of knowing deep down that whatever we go through will pass, because that has nothing to do with the rest of my mango. I have already understand the characteristics of the rest of my mango. I know that what God has put in me will always be with me. So it doesn't matter what I go through, I am good. I can persist. I can persevere to the end because I know what I know, what I know. But in talking about all that is where we have to deal now with these challenges. We have to deal with trauma, right? And I'll share with you a personal story that I didn't get to talk about in my book. One of those areas that I was traumatized, or when we say traumatized or just not having wisdom, you recognize that area of weakness that you need to strengthen, right? One of those areas for me was my finances. I struggle. I came to America at 15 years old. No one taught me about credit. No one taught me about the value of really saving. I wasn't taught these things. And so, with all that I went through becoming a young mom, a teenage mom of two children, and a single mom, it was challenging. But what happened was, in dealing with so much challenge, most of us, we try to find love in the wrong places. We're trying to feel good about ourselves. And so one of those things I did was overspend. So I was making money, but I was spending way too much, way over my budget, and I was constantly in debt. Constantly in debt. And it wasn't until in my 30s that I became a hairstylist. And one of my observations in becoming a hairstylist is me and others, we were very upset when a customer called and canceled. A customer called and canceled. And why were we upset? Because we were dependent on that income to pay the next month's rent. We were dependent on the money. So in recognizing that and my awareness, let me know, wait a minute, this is not okay, because this is not a peaceful way to live. This is not a peaceful way to live. I need to work in such a way that I have peace with my clients, that when they call and they cancel, I should be able to say, it's okay, I'll see you in the next 2 weeks, But I felt that and I said, oh, I need to fix that. So at that time, I was working with the Lord, and the Lord was just revealing to me so many areas in my life that was broken. And so I partnered with God and asked Him to help me to start saving my money. I started writing down my bills. I started writing and just writing things down. Now, it took me a very long time. It's discipline. It didn't feel good. I couldn't go out to eat. I couldn't go out and do all the things I love to do. I had to discipline because I wanted to find a peace in my finances. I knew, even with reading the Bible, and you recognize that God wants us to be blessed and He wants to have it abundantly, I recognize that my behavior was counteracting the blessing of the Lord. Well, how can I get to that blessing of the Lord of abundance if my behavior is causing me stress? My behavior is not lining up. So over the years, I am just pleased to say I have just taken a hold of my finances. I write down my monthly bills. I write it down weekly. I know where my money is going. And I will say this, it's not 100%. I still like to go out to eat. I still like to do nice things for myself, but I am way more conscious of where my money is going. There's no bills that's really behind, you know what I mean, except for one or two. But the point I'm trying to make is, over the course of 15 years, I've really gotten a hold of my finances to a certain degree. And as God give me grace and give me more years, I will continue to perfect that, to make it more excellent, that I can have more and more in abundance. So because of that, I have created these wonderful, beautiful journals. They're called My Money Matters Journal. I had to do it because it has just saved my life, just really given me so much peace in my finances that I had to create it. And ladies and gentlemen, I create from my heart, right? I really do. Whatever works for me is what I want to at least introduce to you. Introduce to you. So I have created these. They're on Amazon. If you search My Money Matters on Amazon, you'll definitely see all these beautiful journals I have created. And they're all money journals. They're beautiful because I want you to feel good about saving your money. It's amazing. So that's what I want to share with you. Coming back to the analogy of addressing or being aware, the blessing of being aware of these areas in our life that are eating at our joy, eating at our peace, like those worms in the mangoes, eating up and causing us to feel stressed and all that. But address that hole, address that trauma, address it, be aware, because in that area the Lord wants to bless us. He said wherever you're poor, say you're rich, but there's a connection and there's a partnership that we have to partner with God to get to where He wants to take us. So I hope this is a blessing to you. Let's continue to just work on our fruits, work on our fruits and our trees, strengthen our trees so we can produce and produce more fruit. So I hope this bless you. God bless you and have a fantastic day.